An essential part in maintenance management is the control of the material resources, labor services, external services and the necessary tools to perform the jobs. The Professional and Enterprise MP includes a very complete inventory program called Spare Parts Inventory, which allows efficient control of the materials and spare parts stock, the input and output movements, Cardex, stock valuation through different methods, supply calculation, purchases, etc. Although the inventory program is an independent program from the MP you can connect to the database of the inventory to consult the stock, automatically generate the material output vouchers and determine the spare parts and consumables necessary to do the different activities. The screen of this example shows how we can consult the inventory information online from the MP. Description of the spare parts and consumables registered in the inventory. Part number. Products classification. Unit. Stock. Specifications of the selected product. And image of the selected product. A very special feature of the inventory is the option to manage multiple warehouses and equivalent brands for the same product, as well as barcodes. The consult of the stock of the spare parts in the MP before starting a job will help to avoid difficulties originated when a job is initiated and the warehouse does not have the necessary spare parts. Furthermore, we can assure that when employees go to the warehouse to pick up the spare parts it is because we have previously verified that there is stock and thus we avoid losing time. For more information about the scopes of the spare parts inventory program, consult the demo video for the program. The MP also has a labor catalog. The information of this catalog allows us to name responsible persons for the work orders and to register the time by concept for the labor in each work order. The MP also has an equipment and services suppliers catalog. In this window we have the list of suppliers we have previously registered. The equipment registered in the MP can be related with its corresponding supplier. Let's select a supplier. For each supplier, we can create a catalog with the services offered by each of them and we can document in the MP the consumption of these services. We can indicate the cost of each service offered by the supplier and the guarantee offered by each supplier in each service. The MP has a module to control guarantees. In this module, we can easily control all guarantees in effect and the expired guarantees. The guarantees control in the MP can refer to the guarantee of equipment, of a service or even of a spare part. When relating equipment with their respective supplier, the user can consult all the information of the supplier online, such as address, telephone, web page. Contacts, telephone numbers of the different contacts, emails. Notes. Images. And attached files. The Professional and Enterprise MP include a program called Tools Control. The Tools Control program allows us to control receipts and returns from all the tools delivered to the workers. It allows us to consult who has each tool and where it is, among other things. As with the spare parts inventory, the MP can connect to the database of the Tools Control program to consult the availability or stock of the necessary tools to start a job. In this window, we can see the database of the Tools Control program online. Tool description, tool code, classification, unit, total stock, quantity of the tool under the control of an employee, and finally, what we are interested in, the quantity of the tool available in the warehouse. For more information about the scopes of the Tools Control program, consult the demo video of the program. Let's see the module in which we will associate the resources with the routine maintenance activities. The association of resources with the activities consists in establishing the spare parts and consumables, labor services, external services and necessary tools for each routine maintenance activity to be performed. Let's select the Volkswagen Jetta car, as an example. In this window we have the parts of the car and the routine activities to be performed for each part. We saw these concepts before in the video on maintenance planning. Now we add some columns in which we will establish the resources necessary to perform each activity. Let's analyze, for example, the engine tuning for the selected car. Tuning. Engine. To perform said activity, we know we need the following resources. Five spark plugs, 1 air filter, 1 fuel filter, and 1 hour and 30 minutes from mechanic A. Note that in the labor, we register the area of expertise needed to do the job and not the name of a specific worker. We can open the edit window by clicking this button and we can add, delete or modify the associated resources. We can associate material resources, spare parts and consumables, labor services and external services with each activity, and we can also document the necessary tools to perform the activity. The association of the resources with the activities will be very useful to automatically generate the warehouse vouchers whenever we generate a routine maintenance work order. The warehouse vouchers generated from the MP can be downloaded in the spare parts inventory program when generating the corresponding output movement, so the warehouser does not need to capture the information again. The association of the resources with the routine maintenance activities also plays an important role in automatically calculating the inventory supply. In this calculation, the program analyzes the following maintenance jobs to be performed and quantifies the resources to be used in said jobs. Then, it analyzes the stock in the inventory and determines the spare parts and consumables to be supplied to the warehouse. So, the system allows us to maintain the minimum stock level in the inventory and guarantees the acquisition of spare parts just in time in every case. Once the resources association with their corresponding activities is already performed, we can also generate a resources flow. Let's click here so that the program starts estimating the resources flow. Based on the dates in which each activity is to be performed and based on the resources associated to the activities, the MP has calculated the quantities required from each resource in the following months. Let's hide the main menu to widen the display area. The MP shows a table with the list of labor resources, spare parts and external services on the one hand. And on the other hand, as the column headers, we have the following months in which the calculation was performed. The values shown in the different cells indicate the quantities of each resource needed or to be used in the corresponding months. In the case of labor resources, the quantities are expressed in hours and minutes. By clicking this button, we can see the corresponding cost. The table shows the budgeted costs for each concept each month. And the totals. If we have registered the resources associated with the maintenance activities of each equipment, we can cross-consult the list of equipment in which each resource will be used. Let's select the band 5140. This is the list of equipment with the band 5140 associated with any of its routine maintenance activities. By selecting an equipment from the previous list, the MP shows the maintenance activities of the equipment with the selected band 5140 associated. To finish, we would like to point out that all the information regarding the resources used or consumed in the performance of the maintenance jobs is registered in the MP database. In the demo video of the information analysis, you can see a series of graphs in which this information is detailed, offering very useful information for the decision-making process.